Do you see these pictures, ladies and gentlemen, that we're going to project on your screens? These are pictures from this morning, pictures from this evening now, from Deoria. The earlier pictures coming to you from Punjab. Two martyrs on their final journeys. Do you see these pictures? They're a testament to the sacrifice of our braves. These are the visible symbols of ultimate sacrifice. Let's listen to some of the emotions that are ringing out as these heroes are brought home on their last journey. The funeral cortege, the pyres to the right of your screens, represent Pakistan's cowardice. But for certain opposition parties, these pyres are platforms for their leaders to peddle divisive politics. That's right. Leaders have not even spared this solemn moment, this moment of reflection, this moment of grief, this moment of glory. Glory because these individuals have sacrificed for the nation. A nation they are proud to serve. But what about callous netas? These callous netas, unfortunately, have played politics over the pyres of our martyrs. As we play out these pictures, sample these sound bites. We will put these sound bites on one side and we will play out the pictures on the other. When any self-respecting individual looks at these pictures, he is overcome with a sense of contemplation. But not these netas. They are overcome with a sense of opportunism, with a sense of complete and utter depravity. Listen to these sound bites.
It is for the government to articulate a national security response to the situation queer Pakistan, which now has been in a deep freeze. I do not think that this government either has a strategy or, for that matter, even a cohesive laundry list of tactics as to how to deal with Pakistan.
During our time, only once this kind of incident. Now it is 3 times. And also continuous attack in the military installations. It put a question mark about the security structure in the border.
A full-time defense minister होगा तभी तो full-time strategy होगी. Part-time strategy की part-time statements.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? These sound bites on a day when the Congress should have been speaking in the same tone as a martyr's daughter. As a martyr's daughter who today asked upon the Neta class to avenge her father's death. Those pictures will be fully and perpetually embedded in our psyches. Listen to this daughter.
आप लोग क्या मांग करती हैं जिस तरीके से हुआ है?
मांग करते हैं कि एक हमारा पापा के सिर गया है, 50 सिर लेंगे, हमको कुछ नहीं चाहिए।
आपको पता होगा कि किस तरीके से उनको वहाँ मारा गया है उसके बाद?
किसी तरीके से मारा गया होगा, मारा गया है ना, सीमा पर लड़ते हुए शहीद हुए हैं ना, तो हम एक सिर के लिए 50 सिर लेंगे।
But unfortunately for congressmen who are keeping count, it would seem that deaths are just a number to score brownie points over the government of the day. Though every citizen has a right to question the government's perceived inability to counter terror, no one has the right to size up weigh up martyrdom, let me tell you that the UPA in any case has lost the right to do so. If there has been any government that has failed to put Pakistan in its place, it has been the UPA over the 10 years it reigned. Here, ladies and gentlemen, are the hard facts. As you contemplate these pictures, also contemplate these hard facts. 26/11 happened when India had a full-time defense and home minister. So, when you heard Mr. Sibal taking jibes about part-time ministers, he needs to ask the Congress party and the UPA, what good did having full-time defense and home ministers do to this country? Hard fact 2, by inventing Hindu terror, the UPA has absolved Pakistan in several terror cases. What came of these Hindu terror cases? Will anyone care to ask? I'll tell you. Pakistan got a handle to malign India on every international stage. That's what came of it. Hard fact 3, UPA never suspended dialogue with Pakistan irrespective of terror provocations. The last dialogue was held between Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif of Pakistan and Dr. Manmohan Singh in 2013, just a few months before Dr. Manmohan Singh demitted office, and just after not one but 2 instances of beheadings. That's what it all amounts to. That's all these scenes amount to for the Congress. Statistics. And I want to ask Netas today, I really want to ask them today, whether we would have been better off as a people had we stuck together, just like these braves do, to defend the integrity of one India, rather than just squabble and, of course, most importantly, allow Pakistan to gloat. Let's throw this open tonight for debate. So that's a word that I don't really want to use tonight. There is no debate. Jibe Narasimha Rao, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Tanveer Sadiq, Spokesperson of the National Conference, Sudhindra Badoria of the BSP with us, and Waris Pathan, MLA and Spokesperson of the AIMIM. Now I want to begin first by asking Mr. Tanveer Sadiq a basic question. We're not opposed, sir. We're not opposed to anyone questioning the elected government, asking them, who will bring to account the cowards in Pakistan? What is being done to bring those cowards to account in Pakistan? No one has a quibble with anyone asking the question. We have a quibble, sir, when political parties weigh up death. When they weigh up martyrdom and say, more died in my time, or on your time, or under your watch, or they were part-time ministers. And that's what's contributed to this outrage. Mr. Sadiq, I hope today you will take a view which is different from the Congress party.
See, first of all, Rahul, whatever has happened over the last 2-3 days is really unfortunate, whether it is the mutilating incident at the LOC or 7 policemen who were killed in Kulgam and those 2 civilians. It's really shameful, and you know, the more we condemn it, the less it is. But having said that, I don't know what the whole speech was about, but I just want to tell you very clearly, I think no matter what we do, no matter how strong the emotions are, ultimately it is the only way out of this whole mess is by a dialogue process. Whether you like it, whether I may be called an anti-national, whether anybody dislikes it. But the fact is that neither the soldier needs a certificate from you, me, or anybody sitting in the newsroom. What our point is that those soldiers, whether in this country or anywhere in the world, will serve the nation with dignity and honor. We need to respect them. Even the political system here in India, whether in Kashmir or in Delhi, need to respect them.
Talk, you say.
Respect their whatever they are doing.
Talk is what you are advocating. You know, Let's talk. Let's talk with whom?
Rahul.
With whom? With butchers?
Maybe not today.
No, what do you mean maybe not today?
But
today was a day.
Maybe not today.
Today was a day when you should be echoing, not talk, sir. You should be calling for 50 heads, 500 heads, not talks.
Rahul, in that case, I think you should be the first person taking up a gun and staying at the LOC. Don't give me this rhetoric.
Excuse me.
It is very easy to say that I can go on war.
It's not a question of that.
I can go on war and I can do anything.
It's very easy for you to use Pyres, sir, as a platform to criticize governments, to play politics. But let's have a look at the facts. Since I deal in hard facts on this show, and I don't want to digress from the hard facts. After 2 beheadings under the UPA, there was, and I am going to call this, once again, Congress pandering, UPA which you were a part of, sir, pandering for talks. Look at this. If we are to talk about overtures of peace, hasn't the Congress constantly advocated talks with Pakistan irrespective of the casualties faced by our armed personnel during their tenure too? Then why is Congress accusing BJP of extending a hand of friendship when Congress has repeatedly done exactly the same thing? And I will tell you, sir, if you remember, sir, there were talks between Nawaz Sharif and Manmohan Singh on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly meeting in September 2013. Tanveer Sadiq, have you forgotten that? What happened?
I haven't forgotten
Did the
anything,
attacks end?
Rahul. It's not about forgetting
I'm only talking about the latest. September 29, 2013. We talked. We listened to individuals such as you, sir.
How did that help?
Listened to individuals such as you. What did we get back? The Prime Minister listened once again to individuals such as you who criticized him for being a hardliner. He went all the way to Raiwind. He went all the way to Raiwind, sir, and met with Sharif. What did we get? We got Pathankot.
Okay,
what did we get? I'm asking you, what have your talks given us?
I get
you
your
answer.
Point.
You answer the young daughter who's asking questions of individuals like you, sir.
If I agree,
what do you mean you agree? It's easy for you to say.
The pain. Listen,
it's easy for you to say, sir. Who have you lost?
Shout from the rooftops, but we feel the pain of those soldiers, the families of the soldiers, and because we feel it every day in Kashmir. Because we have lost our nears and dears.
The Congress could not even send the Chief Minister to attend the funeral. Not one government representative from the Punjab Congress went.
War only brings more pain.
Did Omar Abdullah tweet? No, you talked about Kulgam. I want to ask you, you talked about the 7 policemen martyred. I want to ask you, did he tweet the pictures, criticize Pakistan, demand accountability from separatists and terrorists? Did he? Yes, no. Tell me.
See, he condemned. There is not a single person in our party who hasn't condemned it. So please, don't digress. No.
You show me the tweet, sir. You know what he said? He gloated
when
today.
He tweets, you say another story. He has condemned it unequivocally.
His father stood there and called Pelters nationalists.
He has condemned it.
Man,
Rahul, the topic here is not condemning it. Don't make it, don't stoop this debate to that low. A death is a death,
agents,
whether it's anywhere.
Which nation were they fighting for?
But this is not the way. This is not the way. The way you guys are advocating war is not a solution.
No one is advocating war, sir. No one is advocating war. The Indian Army has its methods. Excuse me. No one is advocating war. Don't try to make everyone out to be. Excuse me. Don't make everyone else out to be, sir. No, 1 second. Irresponsible. I am sorry. That charge lies at your doorstep exclusively. You are irresponsible. You are insulting of the sacrifice.
I am not. If somebody is advocating war,
cannot even talk in one voice against Pakistan.
Or seriously, he doesn't understand the gravity of the situation.
You, sir, are irresponsible. Nobody else. I'm sorry.
No,
I want to bring in jibe Narasimha Rao at this point.
But anybody advocating war is really irresponsible. If you are advocating, you are responsible.
You can debate whether it's the right day or the wrong day. But tonight, we must speak as one. Unfortunately, there are individuals within the system who can't bring themselves to take on the terrorists, their backers and their sympathizers. That's the shocking fact.
Rahul, it's a matter of great tragedy that you have political parties want to have pot shots at the government and every opposition party is entitled for it. But they want to have pot shots at the government, even at the cost of sacrificing national security, even at the cost of giving giving an opportunity to Pakistan to really mock at you. You have Congress party which was in power, which had a very soft attitude towards Pakistan. It in fact bailed Pakistan on all terror projects that it actually exported to India. You had Congress's top leaders giving a clean chit to Pakistan on the most dastardly Mumbai blast, 26/11 Mumbai blast. You had the Congress party which gave them a clean chit on Samjhauta blast. So every crime and every terror act perpetrated by Pakistan was actually they were given a clean chit by the Congress party's official office bearers. And on top of it, you indulge in these acts of treacherousness.
No,
I
no,
think it's
and double speak.
Sort of treachery.
Tanveer Sadiq, in 2013, after the killing of 5 Indian
I'm
soldiers
amazed.
by Pakistani
Rahul,
troops.
I'm amazed.
No, 1 second.
I want to ask
Farooq
a direct
Abdullah, who was
question
then
to
Union Minister,
GVL.
categorically
His
said the
agenda of
dialogue
alliance
process
with
cannot
PDP
resume
says
if such a situation
dialogue
continues.
With Pakistan
1 second.
And dialogue with Hurriyat. Is he telling me that the agenda of alliance with their own alliance party in Jammu and Kashmir?
Excuse me, Tanveer Sadiq.
Agenda of alliance
Tanveer
to the
Sadiq.
dustbin.
1
Because
second.
they are the ones who
1
advocated
second,
dialogue
Tanveer Sadiq,
with
before you,
their agenda
1
of alliance.
second, before you try and asking questions, I want to draw your attention to a fact which exposes your double speak. Now you will distance yourself, I know. You will perhaps even say, I don't even want to represent the national conference after I state what I know right now. In 2013, after the killing of 5 Indian soldiers by Pakistani troops, you will remember that incident. Farooq Abdullah, who was then a union minister in the UPA government, categorically said, quote unquote, the dialogue process cannot resume if such a situation continues. Now, however, it is not just the Hurriyat that he wants to engage with, but Pakistan just as much. Is he schizophrenic? What is the issue?
No, Rahul, at that point in time, I'm saying it right now also. If today is not the day to initiate a dialogue, fair enough. But there is the only way out is to initiate a dialogue. What I'm asking is the double standard of the BJP.
You are a very shifty character, sir. You are a very shifty character. You began by saying, speak, hold dialogue, let's have talks. When I confront you with the facts, you slink away. You slink away from your own position.
No, I'm not.
You tell me that Farooq Abdullah was wrong when he called okay. So you don't slink away. Let me ask you, since you've got such a huge, big nationalist bone in your body, let me ask you, Tanveer Sadiq, do you agree or disagree with Farooq Abdullah when he called pelters nationalists? I want to ask you, do you agree or disagree?
If a student from a college who tomorrow may become a police officer,
is he a nationalist?
If he has a stone in his hand, you cannot demonize him.
Is he a nationalist? Say yes. Is he a nationalist? I'm not talking about demonizing anybody. You are lionizing him. I'm asking you, is he a nationalist?
As a citizen of this country as you or anybody in the newsroom.
Tanveer Sadiq, you don't even have the courage of your convictions. For God's sakes, come out and say that you agree with Farooq Abdullah that stone pelters are nationalists. Tell me right now. Tell me right now that stone pelters are nationalists. You agree with Farooq Abdullah?
If a young student, whether a girl or a boy, has a stone in his hand, he's not an anti-national because he has a case.
Is he a nationalist?
He has a genuine issue.
Is he a nationalist?
You cannot brush the whole Kashmiri
You are dancing and dancing and dancing around the subject. You are a shifty character, sir. Very shifty character. Dancing and dancing and dancing and dancing. You can't come to the point because you're ashamed of what your leader has said. You know what he has said. You know the anti-national sentiment that underlies it. You know the opportunism that underlies it. You know, sir. You cannot lie tonight. You know you're being exposed point by point.
No.
Fact by fact. I have stripped you today of your mask.
Students,
your mask, sir.
With stone in the hand.
I am sorry. You have lied. You have been caught out. I want to now bring out. No, let's go across. No, let's go across to Waris Pathan. Let me bring in the great Waris Pathan. Waris Pathan, I am sure you will also tonight say, we must have talks. We must have biryani. We must never hang. terrorists. Tell me.
Rahul, let me tell you first thing. I strongly condemn the act committed by the Pakistan army in killing and mutilating the bodies of our 2 soldiers, Rahul.
Thank goodness.
This kind of act is termed as a barbaric act. Such kind of acts does not even take place during war, let alone peace. And I am telling you statement, Rahul, now the time to talk is gone. Now the government must take strict action, because the dialogues won't help anywhere. This kind of things are escalating day by day. We should stop the dialogue, let the government take strict action, because 2 of our soldiers have been mutilated by the Pakistan army. There's a total violation of the ceasefire which is taken place at the LOC. And why are we just debating on it? Let the government take stern steps.
There you go.
There is to be. Let the NC, who's just now saying that no, we will have to go for dialogues, and also so many years we have been doing dialogues. But now there has to be a stop, and a strict action should be taken now by the government.
The sense to listen, listen to the weight of the grief that the martyrs' families are carrying on their shoulders. At least you have had the sense, Mr. Bhadoria.
Of course, we are with the grieved family. We are with the.
I'm glad.
Yes, yes. What is your question?
I'm glad because your leader.
Is. Don't sing that.
Mr. Owaisi, excuse me.
A different thing doesn't mean he's an anti-national.
One second.
Rahul, I feel the pain.
Tanveer Sadiq, I don't want to speak to someone who can't stand up and acknowledge what their leaders say. Because if you can't even underwrite what they say, then I'm sorry, sir, you have no convictions in my book. Zero conviction.
What did they say?
You know what Farooq Abdullah said?
No, in fact, my president also said that he is condemning
what he said on the stump
committed by the Pakistan
when he was campaigning. But
one second. They don't need a certificate for nationalism from you.
No, we don't. No, please.
I take strong exception of that.
I wish
we will stand with our leadership no matter what.
Like the Farooq Abdullah.
Because they know the ground reality.
I wish you had spoken like the Farooq Abdullah of yours of 2013. I wish the National Conference had stuck to its line of 2013. Not some shifty party. That is getting swept away.
No, he never shifted.
That is getting swept away today in the shifting sands of the valley.
And he knows the ground reality, unlike you people.
And getting completely taken over by Pakistani propaganda. Unfortunately, you are no longer the party you were in 2013. That's the problem. I want to bring in.
And we don't need a certificate from anyone.
No, that's okay, sir. You don't need a certificate from me because you're getting it from Pakistan, you're getting it from separatists, you're getting it from Pak agents, you're getting it from terrorists. You are celebrated amongst them. Why do you need it from me?
Thousands of workers.
And I'm not even willing to give you one, and neither is my place to give you one. Excuse me. I want to bring in Mr. Sudhindra Bhadoria.
We don't need a certificate.
Mr. Bhadoria, I want to bring you in. No, I know. You don't need the certificate. You don't have the space to hang certificates up on the wall because they're crowded over by certificates from Pakistan, from Pak agents, from separatists. Come on. We know. 1 minute. Sudhindra Bhadoria. I want to come out to Sudhindra Bhadoria.
So please don't
Mr. Bhadoria, there is a national sentiment today. Now you can fault the government and the government will respond. The spokesperson is here. That they've let down the people, that they haven't walked the talk. Obviously, India's sons are dying. Our daughters are grieving. We know that. We can see it. Someone needs to be held for account. Those questions need to be asked. But I want to first ask of you, the BSP spokesperson, and I want to ask you tonight, is tonight the day when you take out a litany of records to target the government when Pakistan is assessing the response of our polity? Simple question.
Yes, what is your question? Simple question.
I asked you the simple question. Is tonight the time, the place to be questioning the government, even as the pyres are being lit of our martyrs? Or should we speak in one voice and ask for retribution? Simple.
Let me at the outset say this. India as a nation stands united in order to pay tribute to its soldiers, those soldiers who have been martyred or those soldiers who are fighting at the borders to save the security and sanctity of this country. But let me also say this. It is also time for this government to introspect that when they are in the opposition, they say that मन करता है कि इनको हम चूड़ियां भेज दें उस सरकार को कि जो लोग कुछ कर नहीं पा रहे हैं, एक 56 इंच का सीना चाहिए. So I think whether it is that government which was there during the time of the UPA or this present government, they should refrain, and on such occasions, and I would say this firmly, that it is this government which set the tone at that time by raising these voices.
Do you regret having set the tone?
And therefore,
do you regret having set the tone in 2013? Do you regret having set the tone in 2014 before the elections? Do you regret those remarks today?
Rahul, as a party, as a political party, BJP we were nationalistic when we were in the opposition, and we continue to be nationalistic while we are in government. And it is the people of the country who will judge the performance of all the parties, whether it is the BJP, Congress or the BSP. And I can tell you today, the people of this country certainly do not think
No, Mr. Bhadoria asked you a specific question.
To indulge in the kind of
Mr. Bhadoria asked you a very specific question. You need to answer it. Do you regret the fact that you also began?
Let me say this. Mr. Rahul Shivshankar, it is not the mandate. It is not the election. It is not the election. It is not the votes. What is the leader of your party saying? That you need, we will bring 10 heads over one head. We will do this. When you need a 50.
As an opposition,
handle Pakistan.
Rahul,
what was Mr. Modi saying then? What was your minister today of the textiles saying then? Ki chudiyan bhejne ka man kar raha hai. So therefore, when you are in the opposition, you should also refrain from making such a statement. And you should, whichever.
I think if the opposition is wanting to use this opportunity to settle scores with the BJP, I think my only appeal to them, I think Rahul, the people of the country, they understand.
It is your sole prerogative.
Any statement that the BJP has ever made was to strengthen the resolve of this country.
Trust me.
It was always to strengthen the resolve of this country. We were responsible in opposition. We are responsible today. It doesn't take me a minute to hit back at the Congress party, at the BSP. They're already suffering at the hands of the public disaffection. The people have anyway rejected them. They don't need a greater punishment. I think they are not learning the right lessons. If they indulge in this kind of puerile behavior, if you indulge in this kind of puerile behavior, people will snatch whatever you have with you even today.
On the security issues.
Okay, gentlemen, we are leaving it at this. I think the lesson from this debate is a very simple one. Let's learn to be a little more responsible after terror attacks. Let's start speaking as one. There's always room and there's always a time to ask for accountability. Let's not do it at a time when the pyres are being lit, because that is not seeking accountability. That is actually perpetuating opportunism. We leave you with these visuals and this message.
Pyres were lit today, a testament to Pak cowardice. But for the Congress, these pyres are a platform for politics. As daughters, mothers and wives grieve, Times Now wants to know who will light the pyre of divisive politics.
The Aam Aadmi Party is on the verge of a massive split. Kumar Vishwas, one of the founders of the party, who actually was on stage with Anna during the anti-corruption movement, who walked shoulder to shoulder with Kejriwal in Sisodia in launching what they called was a dream, a revolution, is today contemplating to exit the party. In 24 hours, he's going to take a decision. This, if it were to happen, will suggest that Arvind Kejriwal has lost control over the party. When an individual such as Kumar Vishwas has said that he will not apologize for his statements which he claimed were nationalist and those that concern the nation. And when he says that he won't apologize because they reflect the national sentiment which the Aam Aadmi Party has now completely become oblivious of, then there is only one conclusion to be drawn, that Arvind Kejriwal and perhaps his coterie has now completely been divorced from the feelings not just of the electorate, but also the grassroots of the party. Here first is what Kumar Vishwas said, why he feels that he needs to take the time out to contemplate his future. Why the Kumar has lost Vishwas in Arvind Kejriwal.
ये रामविलास पासवान जी की पार्टी में से आया हुआ पहली बार का विधायक नहीं बोल रहा, ये सिर्फ मुखौटा है, इसके पीछे से कोई और बोल रहा है। जीवन में ना कभी चीफ मिनिस्टर बनना है, ना डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर बनना है, ना पार्टी अध्यक्ष बनना है, ना कोई पॉलिटिकल पार्टी ज्वाइन करनी है, ना कोई स्वराज आंदोलन ज्वाइन करना है। लेकिन वो कार्यकर्ता जिसको कोई नहीं जानता, जो पोस्टर चिपकाता था, जो आपके लिए लड़ता था, आप उस पर लात मत मारिए। पार्टी संगठन कोई भी नाराज होगा, कोई सरकार, कोई व्यवस्था, तो मैं आवाज बंद नहीं करूंगा, मैं लगातार बोलूंगा। भारतीय सेना के लिए ऐसा संदेश दिया जिससे गलत मैसेज गया, तो हमें कोर्स करेक्शन करना पड़ेगा। पिछली बार की तरह की चीजें होंगी, गंदगी फैलाई जाएगी, चीटे फैलाए जाएंगे, इमेज टार्निश करने की कोशिश की जाएगी।
Can anyone deny after what they've just heard that Arvind Kejriwal has lost a grip of the party? That the party, the Aam Aadmi Party, has lost Vishwas in Arvind Kejriwal when a grassroots leader like Kumar Vishwas decides that the time has come for him to part ways, just like Yogendra Yadav, Prashant Bhushan, Mayank Gandhi, several who walked out saying that they could not tolerate the arrogance of Arvind Kejriwal and the coterie culture that surrounds him. Can anyone today deny that the Aam Aadmi Party itself has lost Vishwas in Kejriwal? That's the fundamental question that is going out tonight to Ravi Srivastava, founding member of the AAP, Shazia Ilmi, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and also Bhai Baldeep Singh, an ex-member of the Aam Aadmi Party. Today it's rather interesting that we have two former members of the Aam Aadmi Party, including Shazia Ilmi, who walked out because they didn't feel that the party represented their aspirations or the people's aspirations. Ravi Srivastava, my question goes out to you. Is the party losing Vishwas in Arvind Kejriwal? Mr. Srivastava, that question was for you. Is the party losing Vishwas in Arvind Kejriwal?
Yeah, I'm hearing, but
You're shocked by my question.
It's not true. Party is not losing the confidence in Arvind Kejriwal. What we have seen today is a very unfortunate thing for the party. And the way Kumar came out and he has given a press briefing, he has said something. He was very, very emotional. And I don't see that. First of all, you have to read the last lines of Kumar's statement where he said that he is not going to join any other party. He is not going to quit the party.
No, so then why are members in the party that belong to Arvind Kejriwal's coterie calling him a BJP agent?
That is incorrect. That is incorrect, and for which Amanatullah Khan has already left the PAC. I think an action has already been taken. So there is no question of associating Kumar Vishwas with Bhajpa or any other party.
That about a founding member of the party in any other moment in time, that individual would have been asked to go, not just relieve a post. You heard what he said, sir, that Amanatullah Khan is a mask, a mukhota, as Mr. Kumar Vishwas said, for the ambitions of a coterie that cannot suffer dissidence against Mr. Kejriwal. Isn't it a fact? Isn't it a fact, sir?
Rahul, Rahul, all is not well with party at the moment, and this Punjab defeat and the MCD defeat both have actually taken its toll, and now it's the time for the party to sit back, count their chickens once again, and see to it that they remain united.
So the chickens are flying the
Arvind
coop.
Will not
The chickens are flying the coop, sir. The question we asked on the day of the debacle on Wednesday last was whether Arvind Kejriwal has lost the right to continue to preside over the affairs of the Aam Aadmi Party. Today, a founding father of that party comes out and says, I agree, there is a motivated attempt to silence those who have a differing point of view. Shazia Ilmi, how do you see this unfolding? Because it is being alleged that the BJP is putting up individuals like Kumar Vishwas to split this party. That's what's being said.
Well, why would BJP do it after it has registered such a brilliant victory where MCD is concerned and has won back the trust of people of Delhi? I think BJP would not have to do this at this point of time. Besides, Arvind has had this coming. If you see how they treated all their founding fathers and members, starting from Anna Hazare, this is Arvind Kejriwal's basic DNA, to use people for his personal gains and then abandon them. And of course, he has a little coterie surrounding him which dances to every whim and fancy of his, which is exactly what's happening right now. You see, I agree with Kumar Vishwas when he says that Amanat Ullah was just a mukhota or a mask, so to speak, because the point Amanat Ullah raised was about Kumar Vishwas's birthday party, which happened some time back. How come this issue was not brought up earlier? So now whenever somebody has something else to say which they don't agree with, they start tarnishing the image of that person, they start making personal attacks, they call him or her politically motivated because they do not want to introspect. They don't want to see that the game of constantly blaming, of this spying on each other is actually leading to a law of diminishing returns. Also, it's imminent from what Manish Sisodia said that there is no communication between members of PSC. Imagine that they have to speak to each other through the media channels, and this is what happens.
Yeah, but who has created this? You see, the reason why Shazia Ilmi, they perhaps don't want to look into the mirror is because they will see their own faces as the culpable individuals. Yes. Arvind Kejriwal will be confronted with his own image, and Arvind Kejriwal and the coterie around him don't want that to happen because it will mean that he will have to step aside for the health of the party. That's the problem, Mr. Srivastava. That's what you're running away from. So you smash the mirror when it is held up against your face. That's what Mr. Kumar Vishwas is paying for, because remember, in the video that he posted, he didn't say anything wrong. He actually came out and said that there was a definite need for introspection. He said it was, and I'll read it out to you. If you try to win over your voters in the name of nationalism, and if your soldiers are being beaten and heckled, then questions will be asked of you. If you come to power and form a government in Delhi on the grounds of anti-corruption, and if your own people are caught in corruption, and if you're then silenced and you try to protect them, then questions will be asked of you. Our brave soldiers carry out the surgical strikes. The nation is proud. Some people play politics in this too. Some people put posters and take credit. Some people want to snatch credit from the government. Both are wrong. This is what got the goat of Mr. Kejriwal, because that's exactly what he did. He first questioned them, the surgical strikes. Then he tried to, of course, discredit the government. Kumar Vishwas lashed out against that. And then he goes on to praise the Prime Minister. This became too much. He says, it was very nice when the PM went to Siachen during Diwali and told our soldiers they are members of our family and our home. Shouldn't me and you also do that? We are very clear about where this is going. You know where this is going. But Mr. Kejriwal today cannot accept it. Yes. Go ahead, Mr. Srivastava. Go ahead. We're waiting for your response.
Yeah, I'm just listening whatever excerpts you are reading from the video. The first of all, Kumar Vishwas video, I have heard it for full 13 minutes, and that video has accused the Prime Minister of this country for corruption and as well as the problems with the Aam Aadmi Party as well. And another thing, I have heard the video of that surgical strike also. In that, Arvind did not ask for, he did not question the government. He only said that we should reply the propaganda of Pakistan. You people are only showing a part of that video and nobody is showing the full video.
Sir,
he never questioned the government. He never questioned the action of the government.
Statements doubting the integrity,
we should not become selective. What is wrong is wrong. We are all fighting for that. But then you should not become a selective for that. What reading a second portion of that,
these are not my words.
And Shazia, we don't need the sermons from you.
Words.
Please, for Anna Hazare's name, you don't misuse.
Sir,
you have been also a part of that conspiracy, which is for which Arvind is suffering today.
Oh, I am part of the controversy and the conspiracy. Why don't you impugn everybody, sir, except for Mr. Kejriwal, who creates the completely dysfunctional policies by which his party works, and some of his supporters take on his gospel. That's the real problem. The people of this country, sir, are not fools. They have voted him out in a municipal election, or at least not voted for him. And I want to bring in Bhai Baldeep Singh. Bhai Baldeep Singh, poor Mr. Kejriwal. He is today a victim of media propaganda.
Once again, the word voted out.
So, let me finish. Victim of media propaganda, victim of Raj Bhavan politics, victim of the centre's power grab, victim of people's ire, victim of Kumar Vishwas's bias. He's just a victim. He hardly has time to be the chief minister.
He's a victim of his own self, his own lack of imagination, his own lack of ideas, and clearly he really has shown very little about being able to manage an organization. He has shown that he cannot handle life, with fellows. He needs followers, he needs sycophants. He cannot digest giants around him. In 2015, if you recall, in the March of 2015, some of the finest assets of Aam Aadmi Party were hunted out. And if we were to take that as a precedent, given the quality of people who were hunted out then, I would doubt if Kumar Vishwas is also in the wrong, like none of them was in the wrong then. And Amanatullah was again the troll factory who was used to packhunt all of those people, to tarnish the image, to all those WMD kind of false accusations that were sort of thrown at them. Amanatullah is not just a mask. उनके कंधे पे रखकर तोपें चलाई जा रही हैं. I'm sure there must have been a serious undercurrent in favor of Kumar Vishwas, and I wonder there are only two people capable of doing what is happening. One is Manish Sisodia and the other is Arvind Kejriwal. As Manish has just recently said that Kumar, they are childhood friends, and Arvind has said that he is his younger brother.
Yes.
But then Manish and Arvind are also the two sides of the same coin. So what is Kumar? Is he the spine or one of the dandies on the spine? What exactly is happening? Is it Manish's conspiracy or Arvind, or both of them are in this together? It's something that still needs to be answered. It's a very, very interesting case of intrigue. Only that intrigues have become more pettier than 2015.
Absolutely. Mr. Srivastava, strong parties, strong corporations, strong nations are built on the quality of its people, not little men with big egos. That's the problem here, Mr. Srivastava. That's the problem. Respond.
See, Bhai Baldev Singh has taken a lot of time for explaining the whole thing.
Please don't change my name.
Let me assure you that Arvind has very clearly said...
You misquote my intent, but don't misquote my name.
Arvind has very clearly said that... No, I am not misquoting. I only said that what you said. That, see, Arvind has already said it, that we are introspecting, we are doing course correction, we are reviewing our policies, we are looking at connecting with our grassroots volunteers. Allow him some time.
What if
you every 24 hours you sit on a channel and start running down Arvind Kejriwal, where will you reach? Where will you reach? What will you achieve?
Autocrat.
What will you achieve out of it? Tell me.
Do any wrong? What is the model that you've done? You kicked out your ombudsman.
You write an obituary for Aam Aadmi Party every day. But does it really help you?
Not how you run.
Does it really help you?
We are not writing the
make you reach somewhere?
People are writing
I doubt. Please,
once again, stop this.
Then what? Then what? Aam Aadmi Party is finished. Aam Aadmi Party is over. Our volunteers have run away. The party office is taken away. What is this?
Shazia Elmi, come in on
What
this.
else are you doing?
Come in on this, sir. Come in on this, Shazia Elmi.
Rahul, there are very few people, anybody with any iota of integrity, who has a sense of self-confidence, who wants to contribute and does not want to be a sycophant, has no place in Aam Aadmi Party. Merit is never rewarded. Merit is frowned down upon. In fact, people are envious and jealous, and they hound out people with any merit who and constantly games are played. Internally there's sabotage done to their own people. If I can tell you the kind of things they indulge in, it is shocking. I mean, a new party can deteriorate to such a low level in such a short period of time. I mean, it is the worst kind of, animal farm-esque, if you read George Orwell's famous novel. And it is so sad that, so many, about Kumar Vishwas. I was the first one to leave. Yogendra Yadav and Prashant Bhushan were ousted out unceremoniously. People like Admiral Ramdas were shown the door. Bouncers were brought in. Not just that, now when Kumar Vishwas is speaking out, I mean, I wish he'd spoken out earlier though, but now that he's speaking out, nobody
you were also removed. No, you talk about
Arvind
yourself
Kejriwal
also. You were also removed.
Psychopath Arvind Kejriwal. I walked off. I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I did. Thank God for that. I had better sense.
Okay.
And I didn't make it so ugly.
Okay, let me just come in here.
One thing,
once the party has gone, gentlemen, let me just come in here because
strikes. Arvind Kejriwal speaks for Rahul Kanhaiya. No, let me finish one small bit.
Yeah.
Rahul, just look at that. Arvind Kejriwal had time to retweet Kanhaiya's speech.
Yes.
Arvind Kejriwal has time to speak for Gurmeher.
Yes.
Arvind Kejriwal has time to call Prime Minister psychopath. Arvind Kejriwal has time to take Pakistan channel side and ask for proof of surgical strikes. Arvind Kejriwal goes and speaks for Rohit Varmula. But Arvind Kejriwal does not have time to speak to his own volunteers, to his own
tell what he did not do.
Fellow activists and
tell what he did not do.
2 quick words.
Shocking, and he's no time for Delhi.
Autocrats never serve democratic systems. Number one,
gentlemen, let's just wrap this up now.
The finest skeletons will get you finest positions in Aam Aadmi Party.
Okay, let's just leave it at this, because the next 24 hours are a matter of life and death for the Aam Aadmi Party. Let me tell you, if Kumar Vishwas quits, there will be several who will follow him. And there could even be several MLAs that walk out of the party with him, which could really lead to an existential crisis for the Aam Aadmi Party. I just want to move out very quickly, take a few moments to pay once again respects to those that have paid the ultimate price and the ultimate sacrifice for this country. Those are the pictures to the left and the right as India once again marks the bravery and the courage of its soldiers. We leave you with these pictures. It's a moment of contemplation. It's a moment that we all must look upon and ask ourselves questions. Questions about where do we go from here and how best can we actually repay the debt that we owe to our soldiers. We leave it at that on Upfront tonight.